I'm a 32-year-old guy. I work in IT, keep to myself, and I've always been the quiet one in the family, not the golden child. That title went to my older brother, who's 35 and has failed upwards more times than I can count. Dropped out of college twice, crashed 3 cars, borrowed thousands from our parents, never paid it back, and somehow still got treated like the family treasure. Me? I worked my way up. No handouts. Paid my own way through school, lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, worked nights while everyone else celebrated holidays. I never complained. Just kept my head down and tried to be the good son. Then I got promoted. I was made senior infrastructure lead at my company. Not exactly CEO, but it came with a huge pay bump and a nice bonus. I was excited. Told my family. They acted happy, or so I thought. A week later, I was home visiting for the weekend, just a normal Saturday night. I went to bed early since I had a flight back in the morning. Their house is old, and the vents carry sound like paper walls. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but what I heard stopped me cold. My brother's voice. Let's take everything he owns. He won't fight back. He never does. I froze. Then I heard my mother say, he's always been soft. He'll just roll over if we say we need help. My dad, he didn't say a word. Not one. They were talking about me. About how now that I was doing well, it was time to start leaning on me. He can cover the mortgage, my brother said. He owes us, after everything. They talked like I was a bank, like my money was theirs by default. I didn't sleep that night. I flew home the next morning and didn't say a word. But I started preparing. Fast forward to Thanksgiving. I came back for dinner, acted like everything was fine. Everyone was smiling, pretending to be this perfect family. Halfway through the meal, I stood up, tapped my glass, and said, I heard everything. They all looked confused. I was awake. Through the vent. That night 2 months ago, my brother went pale. My mom's fork clattered onto her plate. My dad stared at me like I'd grown a second head. I heard you, bro. You said, let's take everything he owns. And you, I pointed at my mom, called me soft. Weak. Just because I never fought back. Silence. Then I pulled out a folder. Put on the table. This is a copy of the house deed. I own it now. Their jaws dropped. Y'all stopped paying your property taxes 2 years ago. Remember those letters you ignored? I didn't. I tracked down the lien holder and bought it out from under you. It's mine now. My mom looked like she might faint. You bought our house. Yep. Paid cash. And I've let you stay here rent-free for 3 months since then. Out of respect. But after tonight, you've got 90 days to either start paying fair rent or move. My dad muttered, this is cruel. Cruel? Cruel is sitting quietly while your son plots to rob his own brother. Cruel is co-signing loans for the golden boy while I busted my back in night shifts and never asked for help. My brother tried to laugh it off, said I was being dramatic, that I misheard the conversation. So I dropped the next bomb. I've also frozen the joint account Dad opened in my name when I was 22. You know, the one I never used, but somehow got linked to your personal loan? The one you defaulted on. He looked like he'd been hit with a truck. That tanked my credit. I fixed it, and I filed a fraud report. Guess what? The loan documents had a forged signature. Not mine. He tried to talk, but I wasn't done. I also recorded the voicemail you left Aunt Elle, telling her I went crazy and was trying to steal the house. She sent it to me. He got real quiet after that, but he didn't stop there. Oh no. A week later, someone broke into my apartment. Didn't steal anything valuable, just wrecked my place, tore through drawers and shredded papers. Like they were looking for something specific. Problem for them? I'd installed a security cam in my hallway after a package went missing. And guess who I caught on video? Yep, my brother. Hoodie and all. Same stupid shoes with his initials stitched into the back. I filed a police report and handed over the footage. He got arrested for trespassing and attempted vandalism. I didn't press charges at first, just got a restraining order. But he crossed that line too. A month later, I got an alert from my email provider. Someone tried logging into my account. The IP address came from my parents' Wi-Fi. I filed an affidavit. This time I did press charges. He got slapped with a misdemeanor for attempted unauthorized access. Between that and the fraud investigation for the forged loan, he ended up with a felony record. And then came the lawsuits. He tried to sue me for emotional distress. Said I was ruining his life and financially abusive. The court laughed it out. I countersued in small claims court for damages to my apartment, lost wages, and fraud recovery fees. I won $27,000 in judgments. He hasn't paid a dime, but I've garnished his measly gig income. It'll take forever, but every $20 that hits my account feels like a trophy. The best part? I found out from a family friend that he tried applying for a job recently. They ran his background check and saw the fraud charge. Denied. Another gig down the drain. He's currently couch surfing. Last I heard, he moved out of state with some woman who thinks he's a misunderstood entrepreneur. Let her learn the hard way. My parents? They defaulted on rent twice after I started charging market rate. Gave them a chance. When they missed the third payment, I evicted them. I didn't feel proud. I felt free. They moved into a small rental a few towns over. We haven't spoken in over a year. They still try to spin the story like I turned cold and abandoned them after success. Nah, I stopped enabling entitled people who only saw me as a walking wallet. Now, I got a peaceful home, no more guilt trips, and a full night's sleep every night. They thought I wouldn't fight back. They were wrong. Subscribe if you like stories where entitled people get hit with consequences like a truck full of bricks.